So yesterday we had a somewhat unusual storm event for this late in the year. Um, it's not completely unheard of, but it's not too common that we get, severe storms and tornadoes and stuff this late in the autumn. Usually it's just pretty cold and uneventful. But courtesy of the National Weather Service site, there's some information on what happened and then some radar images here. You can see that early in the afternoon they put us under a severe thunderstorm watch, but then quickly after that some tornado warnings popped up around the Quad Cities area, which is where I'm at. And then, eventually they did replace some of the watch with a tornado watch, which also extended a bit to the northeast. The storms were moving very quickly. They got out of our area, very fast, and just, from there went across Illinois and into Wisconsin. I was at home during this because I'm still working at home. If you're watching this in the distant future, we are in the middle of a coronavirus pandemic right now. So I've been, lots of people working from home since back in March. And I think a lot of the schools in the area are also doing remote learning. But anyway, so tornado warnings, I know at the time they were reporting some funnel clouds, but if you look at the storm reports, there was an actual confirmed tornado, possibly multiple, in the Mercer and Rock Island County areas. So right around the Quad Cities area. I don't know if the Quad Cities directly was affected, but they're probably still doing storm surveys and stuff to see, if any damage was caused by a tornado or if it was just straight line winds. I think it was mostly just a straight line wind event, except for those reports around the Quad Cities. There's also a tornado in Oregon, I guess. Pretty random. But anyway, it's not completely crazy that there was a tornado, because on the day before, the day 2 convective outlook, they did have us under a 2% probability of a tornado for this area here. But then on the day of, they bumped that up to a 5% probability in some areas right here. So, yeah, as far as where I live, we had some pretty strong winds, and then there was hail for like around a minute or so, and then it was pretty quiet after that. Like I said, the storms were moving very quickly, and just to mention, this was very reminiscent of a storm event that happened a long time ago, back in late October of 1996. So now I'm on the Iowa State University environmental site that has an archive of radar images going back to 1995. And the event that I was talking about was on the 29th of October, 1996. Now, you can see that early in the afternoon, some tornado warnings were already starting to show up. And then this whole system just kind of organizes into a very long line of storms, very fast-moving storms. And then now we've got the tornado warnings showing up for Scott and Clinton counties, so right around the Quad Cities area there. And then it just kind of, goes off all the way through northern Illinois. Lots more severe thunderstorms showing up at that point until it finally exits the area. So, yeah, very, very similar to yesterday's event. Just a long line of storms that are very quickly moving, and pretty much the entire thing has severe thunderstorms going along it. But anyway, I think that's all I wanted to discuss for now. So I think I do have some news footage and the Weather Channel local forecast for that, and I might just paste that onto the end of the video because I find that fascinating. But anyway, that's all for now.
Around Stockton, he said that the skies were very We have our reporter Jason Schultz, photographer John Miller. They're heading over to the Illinois side as well. Right now, they have been canvassing the Davenport area, Scott County, to see what kind of damage they can find. We have reports of power lines down across the area, some transformer fires, that sort of thing. They're trying to wrap that up. Then they're going to head to the Illinois side. We also have our Luann Walters and her photographer Mike Ortiz. They are out and about right now. They're trying to gather some footage from the Illinois side. Of course, once we get power back up, we'll be able to bring you the video of the storm as it was passing through. Right now, we find it more important to give you the information that you need to know, where the storm is passing, where it might hit, that sort of thing, and let you know that we are out canvassing the area. We'll bring you all the news that this facing some gusty winds, some heavy rains, and if any trees go down on these power lines, that could only make a bad situation worse, because we still have a lot of storms to get through, all the way from Dubuque through the eastern Quad Cities to Galesburg, and now moving on east to Galesburg.
The Weather Channel. No place on Earth has better weather.